What's up, Bug Dug with Dine in the garage? The long and the short of it is that I did not want to make this video. What we're going to talk about today is the cheapest way to get CarPlay into your beater. Looking at you, Atoto. And before we go any further, I should mention this is a sponsored video. Atoto sent this out to us, but don't be fooled. Chinesium distributors send us stuff all the time, and I told them the same thing I said to Atoto. I will take it from you. If it's good, I'll do a video on it. If it's not, it's going in the you-know-what bucket, and I'm never going to think about it again, and I'm going to make fun of it behind your back with Eric. But that wasn't the case with this Atoto. Because the fact of the matter is CarPlay is actually really cool. I'm not somebody who likes to tangle my life up with a bunch of technology. I'm definitely a bit of a Luddite when it comes to technology. Also, I hate change. So something like this I fought against for a very long time. But this company reached out to Eric and they said, hey, I really think you're going to like our CarPlay head units. And Eric said, how the heck would you know what we like? And they said, well, I don't know, let me send you one. And Eric said, fine, send me one. And then he came to me and he said, let's do a video. I said, but I don't want to peddle Chinese crap. And he said, let's just put it in your car and try. So what you're about to see is the install video from back in December. I would not bring you guys the video until I'd tested this thing for months to make sure that it was not total Chinesium crap. Because I wouldn't do that to you. And I wouldn't do it to me. I don't want my voice out there peddling useless Chinese crap, but unfortunately everything's built over there. I digress. Let's flip you back to December, see how we put this thing in, then we'll come back and I'll show you how she works.
All right, here we go, guys. We're gonna see what they gave us. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the box is very plain. I won't expect much, but it's all what's inside the package.
How much was this thing shipped?
$139.99 plus tax, probably like $140, $150 shipped.
I'm with you guys. That is suspiciously low.
Yeah.
But Eric did his research on this. He swears to me it's worth all $139.
Yes. So we've got the Atoto F7. We got the user manuals. We probably won't read. But thank you for providing some stuff that is in Chinese.
Doesn't really bode well, but okay.
We're gonna try. Looks like stick figures to me, but we'll go with that.
Right, we'll call it Kim Jong-un.
They sent you a microphone, and it is a twistable directional one, which is nice. Mounting plates, Wi-Fi antenna.
Excuse me?
Oh, this is so you can do wireless CarPlay. You don't actually have to plug it in at all. So
it connects to your Wi-Fi antenna?
No. What it is, it does. It's a new Bluetooth technology. It actually sends it out over Bluetooth. When you link up, it will screen mirror the technology.
That sounds like voodoo to me, but I'm sure it makes sense to you.
Yeah, it typically is to you. So we've got I think that's the headphone jack. Yeah, audio control. Yeah, and then for steering controls, which he doesn't have, which thank God. And then we have the standard wire connection. Now let's get to the good and berries here. So let's see, we got the trim plate for the front of the unit, and now we've got the good and berries. The Pride. Ooh, it's actually a lot heavier than I anticipated. It actually looks a very good build quality.
Yeah, it's real metal on the back. I kind of expected the whole thing to be Chinesium plastic and held together with toothpicks.
Yeah, most of the time I find these cheaper head units, not cheap, but more reasonable price head units.
It's cheap. You could say it. Yeah. I mean, cheap can be good. It's just not common, right?
Yeah. To have thin aluminum and not good heat sinks, and these actually are quite thick and looks quite decent.
Alrighty friends, we got these two put together. If you've never done car audio before, replaced a head unit, basically you get an adapter that fits into the head unit and an adapter that fits into your car, and they have pigtails on them, and you really just match up the wires. When you have a color and then a color plus a trace, like green and then green plus a black trace, those are your speaker wires, positive and negative. What's yellow is usually power on. I think blue is antenna. It doesn't matter. I chose to twist these together and shrink them. I don't really care if you don't like that. I didn't have enough butt connectors, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 27 butt connectors would have just been the size of a baseball in there. So if you don't like it, go watch a different movie. How about that? All right, Eric's kind of figured out the hard mounting side of it, trying to figure out exactly how we're going to get it to fit in the vehicle. I was doing the wiring over here. You can see real quick, here's our new pigtail put together. I'm gonna try to find some electrical tape to bind all these together. Plugs in right there. Over here, we've got the antenna guy. We had to buy this adapter because my Subaru doesn't use a normal antenna thing. If your car just has a normal antenna, you can use that. Otherwise, you got to get the adapter. Down here is that Wi-Fi connector Eric was talking about. It looks like it connects in there, and maybe you, it's got double-sided tape up somewhere. I'm guessing you think this Wi-Fi thing has to be visible, or it can be like
tucked in the back.
Yeah, tucked in, like glued to the top of the thing or something. Let's see, and then over here is where this microphone goes. So if you're trying to follow along, you're trying to figure out where all this stuff goes, it's really very plug and play. So far, would you say pretty easy, right? They gave us this pigtail, everything lined up, it had everything we needed. So plus a bunch of extra stuff. I'm not using the parking brake. It does actually come with a backup camera. That's this guy right here. We're not testing that right now. If your car has an electric input for your parking brake, you could use this, and that would only allow you to make changes on this when the parking brake is on. We're obviously not doing that. One, because that feature sucks, and two, because this crappy old Subaru doesn't have that. What else aren't we using? This pink one's for the backup camera. This was for amplifier on. I don't have an amp in here. Actually, I think I do, but... Right? I think this thing does have an amp, doesn't it, Eric?
The hard part one does.
Yeah. This is for steering wheel controls. Anyway, point is, if it don't apply, let it fly when you're putting this thing together. So while he does that, here's that adapter, and you can see my HVAC controls go right in there. And it doesn't matter what your car is, whether it's a Jeep or Subaru or something new, something old. The adapter should take care of it. Up here, this is where the hazards thing goes, in case you're wondering. So check. Eric's making sure things link up. Moment of truth here, bud. Okay. Let's get the
Oh, I see lights. I see power.
Hi-yo. So we got a decent amount of this wired in now. Eric's putting together all the stuff over there. We've got the little microphone right here wired down. That comes out over yonder. We're gonna run this USB cord. So essentially, I don't love this. I wish there was a USB port in the front, but I mean, okay. You gotta... Oh, is there? Yeah. Oh, so it does both? Yeah. Oh, okay. That doesn't bother me. I thought this was the only USB port. I'm going to run this so it comes out down here. Probably right down in there somewheres. But Eric's saying there's USB in the front as well, so maybe we don't even need this. Or is this like a special USB? No, this is just phone in.
Phone link. I guess they double it up.
That's cool. Okay. Oh, Eric's got some screws. And then we found this guy in one of the vents, so a little bit of a moment of silence for that fancy fornicator. Poor little guy. What kind of bug is that? What is that? Is that a bee? I think it might be a bee. Somebody will tell me. I should go up and ask my sister. What do they call bees? Bee people?
Oh, I don't know. Why do you think I would know that answer? Oh, I'm being really sarcastic.
What do they call bee people? I know this one. It's on the tip of my tongue. Screw it. So friends, obviously the proof in the pudding is in the eating. How does it work? What's the long and the short of it? Now, I've used the ones that came OEM in Dodges and Jeeps and Subarus and a couple other vehicles. This one is very, very similar. It does come with the front and rear cameras. There's no chance you're having me camera up my car. This big brother backup camera crap. No thank you. God gave me backup cameras. He gave me 2 of them, and they actually work real good, so I'm gonna keep using those. But if those ever go out, maybe I'll install the cameras on this thing. So this is a touchscreen, obviously. I'm showing you right now. Let's start all the way at the beginning. So what we're inside the functionality of CarPlay. Let's exit that. Back here to the Atoto main page is where you're gonna set all your settings. Okay, I just kind of want to show you the functionality of it. This is how we can get back into CarPlay, set up our Bluetooth settings. It does have a micro SD slot right here if you wanted to just have songs on the ready. There's a mic input there, but there's also one on the rear that goes over here for calling in the car. That's another one, hands-free calling. I do a lot of calling on my commute. I'll talk to, the wife or my mother, call my father, we'll chat about something, call Eric, we'll talk about videos. Not having to have my phone in my hand up to my ear prevents me from possibly getting tickets from the boys in blue. So this guy over there, they give me the ring, it shows up on the screen, I just hit the button, answer, and then we're chatting in real time. It's pretty cool. So additionally, like I was saying, you have normal radio. If you were Android instead of Apple, which I'm moving to, I'm in the process of getting rid of my Apple. Here's the rear camera, which again I said is not set up. Over here, AV in, your front camera, settings. This is the one that I use the most. It does have a pretty good EQ with a bunch of different settings. I found that either rock or hip hop sort of fits what I like to do. Rock with some Grateful Dead, some CCR, some Widespread Panic, some Government Mule. 10 out of 10, bud. The point is, the navigation on here is pretty intuitive for what it is. I find a lot of times these cheap Chinesium products have super confusing navigation. This one's relatively easy. Like I said, right now you're sort of in the Atoto screen. These are all your settings for the actual head unit, and then we can, oops, didn't mean to do that. Then we can dive in here back to our CarPlay, and now you're actually in my phone. So we could use stuff like Google Maps. We could use my phone. We can use Spotify is what I use the most there, and it's pretty awesome. I was listening to Kanye last. Little Gub Mule. Your volume's down here. One thing I don't love is that it's button volume instead of a knob, which is kind of a pain if you're going from 0 to 100, but what are you gonna do, right? If that's the only downside, it's a pretty easy downside. She gets loud, it's pretty good quality. Teabag, right? Let's turn that off before Warren Haynes comes after me for copyright. So the point is this, if you're like me, you do a lot of driving, and your car is not just a car, it's not an asset, it's not an investment, it's a tool, it's a piece of your life. This Subaru that I commute in every day is my commuter car. I spend several hours a week in this thing. I want it to be comfortable, and I want it to serve my needs. Now, the long and the short of it is I'm not into a bunch of bougie upgrades for the sake of bougie upgrades. I didn't put this in because I want people to see a 5-inch screen when they jump in my car. That's not what we're about here. Well, maybe it's 5.5, 6. But it's pretty good size screen. It's doubled in. But back to what I was saying there. The point here is CarPlay adds a lot of functionality. I know there's a lot of people, especially that run in the kind of circles that this YouTube channel is popular with. No technology, no change. And I'm one of them. I am one of them. No technology, no change. Analog systems, keep it the way it was. But the fact of the matter is some technology offers a whole lot of benefits to your life, and CarPlay is one of those things. So if for no other use than being able to answer calls hands-free, having the maps right there when I am trying to navigate, you know, to that random town that I've never heard of to pick up a snowblower that some guy's selling on the cheap. And then also the Spotify in there, man. I love music. I listen to a ton of music. I understand there's a time and a place for everything. This 2009 Subaru Outback 5-speed that is my absolute commuter car. It made perfect sense to put a head unit in that got me CarPlay. And I'm telling you right now, this Atoto, which I very endearingly call the potato, is the guy, man. It's inexpensive. I would have loved to put the Pioneer Jam in that has the cameras. That one's $500. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. The concern with going cheap, that it's going to be crap, I'm here to tell you it's not. Don't get $1 if you go and buy one of these. So they gave me mine for free, 10 out of 10. Appreciate that, Atoto. You guys are a cherry of a company, and I appreciate that about you. The product you put out delivers, and there is value there for the price. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave some links down below to you guys to go out and grab them for your commuters. Get yourself some CarPlay, upgrade your ride and your commute. If you have any questions, by all means, leave me a link down there in the squawk boxes. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. That's all there is to it, all right? Thanks for watching.